How's it going, everybody? If you're watching on YouTube, you can see things look a little bit different.
They're different.
Things are different.
New things.
That's right. Ian got a haircut.
I did get a haircut. Thank you for noticing, Colin.
Let's get started with this thing.
Here we go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Recap Podcast. I'm your host, Ian. And this is Colin.
I'm Colin.
And we got some new faces today. We have Logan on this side, all the way over there. My brother, he's here. And over next to me is Marlo. Go ahead and say hi, you guys.
What up, dudes and women?
My name's Jeff. His name's not even Jeff. It's actually Logan.
Imagine thinking that's still funny in 2023. Okay.
Wow, just get a guest on and just immediately insult him. That's cool.
Yeah. So, this is our first episode with guests. We're super excited. Sorry, all you people who asked to be guests, and we said, probably you can be the first one, and obviously you're not. So...
I feel really special for that.
Yeah, he's a special guy. So I think it'd be cool just to start it out quick. If the two of you would like to introduce yourselves, I know they know your names, but tell us a little bit about your relation to us, and then I want to know what you guys do with your time. What do you do? Either one can go first.
I'm going first. My name is Marlo. I grew up with these guys, going to church with them together. We did things like play airsoft together. That's one of my core memories with them. Me and Logan used to longboard around all over the place. We were all good friends. Me, Colin, and Ian are all good friends now, but now Logan's dating my sister, so made things a little weird. But yeah, no, I'm out in Colorado right now. I live in my camper. I've been traveling for the past year of my life, and I've seen a lot and done a lot, and it's been really crazy, and it's been an insane experience that has taught me a lot, but it has also brought a lot of challenges in my life. I would say it's absolutely worth it, and if that's something you guys want to do with your life, that I would encourage it.
Why are we laughing?
Yeah, why are we laughing?
Yeah, what the heck? Huh? That was awesome. That was motivation.
That's a good word. Good word, Pastor.
Amen. Hallelujah. My name's Logan.
Don't be afraid to chase your dreams.
What did he say?
Don't be afraid to chase your dreams.
Oh,
Don't be afraid to chase your
my
dreams.
name's Logan. My name's Logan. I'm Ian's older brother. I'm Colin's homeboy and Marlo's homeboy. Same kind of situation. Oh, I'm talking a little too loud. I got the volume thing. Yeah, I grew up.
Now you got more self-conscious.
Yeah, now.
Keep it up, man. You're doing great.
I grew up with them. Obviously, I grew up with Ian, same house and all that jazz. But otherwise, Marlo, Colin, met him at church, grew up together. Yep, and now I'm dating Marlo's sister, so that's awesome. Vibes.
It's a little weird.
Vibes. What am I doing? I'm trying to graduate college. I graduate in December with a worship leading degree. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty much all I'm doing is just working at a church down in Eden Prairie. Grace Church. Shout out Next students. Come to Next.
What's up?
Best night of the week.
All you Next listeners, he's going to shout it out.
Dude, I should shout it out tomorrow night.
Yeah, man.
I'll shout out to Pod. At the Recap Podcast.
Yeah, on all your social
All
media.
platforms. Everywhere. Oh, I should shout out my Instagram.
Well, no.
POV_Logan. Follow me on all the socials.
Or don't.
The fact that you know that is a little sad.
Dude,
I don't know my Instagram handle.
Okay.
I think it's Marlo_Sumner. Yeah, follow him. Anyways, yeah, that's all I do.
We'll link everyone's social media in the bio. No, we're not doing that. No. Call it.
I want to make something clear. I'm in full support of Logan and my sister dating. The relationship is beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. I think everybody around the table is in support of the relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
So now into the meat of it. Marlo,
Okay.
not Marlo, sorry. Logan, when are you, let's talk about you and Joe. When's things, I'm just kidding. We're not kidding. Yeah, so that's these guys. Like they said, we grew up together. The boys are back.
Boys are back in town.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Episode name?
Can you cue that?
What's that?
Can you cue the boys are back in town?
Boys are back.
We're probably not going to cue the boys are back in town.
We'll say we might, but we'll see if it happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's like the stop motion thing. We did it though.
We did
Stop motion looked great, dude.
Thanks, dude.
Well done on the stop motion. So, Yeah, they asked to be on the pod, and actually we asked Marlo if he would be on the pod because Marlo's a cool guy, and then Logan was here, and we're like, let's have Logan on the pod too because the more the merrier.
While we're doing it, throw Logan on there too.
I want to be on the pod, man.
You don't?
I'm just a pity invite.
No, you're not.
No.
You were about to say, yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Just walk. The door's right there. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I would wreck the shot.
It would. We've got it framed so nicely already, and it's just it's too late now. You're stuck.
Should we jump into a life recap just quick?
Let's do it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
How's your week been?
It's been great. I'm gonna try to not mention the weather this time because that's a thing I do a lot. But it's been so nice,
It's been great out. Yeah, it's getting hot actually.
Yeah, it's great though.
We can bring it back down to 60s.
I don't know.
I'd be fine with it.
80s are nice. Just been chilling. I've got nothing. Honestly,
You got nothing. All right.
nothing. What about you?
Marlo, update on your week. How's your week been? You got it.
My week has been eventful. I flew home to surprise my mom. That was really cool. And then I got to surprise my grandma.
Was that for Mother's Day?
That was for Mother's Day. Yeah. That was her Mother's Day gift, plus some other things. But yeah, I got to surprise her and my
Shout
grandma.
out all the moms. We
Yeah,
love you
shout
out
out all
there.
the moms. Thank you guys.
Moms
You
are
guys
great.
do a lot. I would never be able to be a mom.
For
never a
several
mom.
reasons.
There's more than one reason, but yeah, no, shout out to you guys. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. So good for you guys. But after that, I mean, I've been spending time with as much people as I can. So I mean, every time I come home, it's super busy and it's been fun. It's been a good week. Yeah.
Cool. That's great. Glad. Oh,
I went golfing again after not golfing for a while. So that was really cool.
What'd you get? What was your score?
I don't know.
do you golf
Nice.
often?
I do not.
Okay. That's cool. So I've recently been like kind of getting into golf, which is
You guys
cool.
playing?
What?
Like you and Logan?
No.
Oh.
I'm looking at you.
I'm sorry. I can't.
That's fine.
I'm hard to follow your eye contact here. Your eyes are so
No,
piercing.
I've been not really getting into golf, but I was at a bachelor party last week. I talked about it a little bit last weekend, but we went to this place called Sweet Shots.
Cool.
Which is like a golf driving range, and it was so fun.
Nice.
And then we got the groom like a chipping set for his gift or whatever, and I was chipping, and I was like getting pretty good at it, and I was like, this is actually pretty fun, and I was like, maybe I'll get into golf, but I haven't yet.
Cool.
Oh, so you had.
So
You're not into golf.
that was kind of a clickbait.
No,
You said
Intro.
you were getting into golf.
I'm pretty into golf.
Yeah,
You're
you
not
did.
into golf.
You're not into it,
thinking
but you
about
want to
getting
be.
into
You want to be.
Me too.
I'm into
At
the
this point.
I'm into the idea of golf. I
Yeah.
think golf is a cool thing.
Yeah.
Whereas at one point I used to ask myself, why do people play this game? And now I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Okay. I see where that was going.
You understand?
That makes sense.
That kind of goes along with what we were talking about last week about like caring about your lawn. It's like you've matured. You're finally a man once you start caring about your lawn and desiring to golf.
appreciating golf. Like,
Yeah.
this is fun.
I just came home and saw the lawn and I was like, dang, that's nice. And then I was like, dang, I'm old. It's bad.
Wow, I'm so old. I love my dad's lawn. Yeah, everybody. I almost said lawn. You can, or yawn. You can relax. It's not that funny.
It's pretty funny.
Okay, Logan. Any life updates? How's your week been? How's your life in general? They don't know how you're. You could lie and tell something from 2 months ago and say it was last week, and we believe you. Because the listeners don't know about your life.
Oh, on that note, my life's pretty chill. This week's been really. Oh, sorry. I totally just remembered something I have to do in the morning that I don't want to go do. I was like, what do I have going on this week? Last week was pretty good. I had a meeting on Monday, staff meeting. Couple meetings on Tuesday. Worked a little bit on Tuesday, Wednesday. Had a couple meetings. Met some people for coffee.
Nice.
Thursday, what did I do Thursday? Thursday, I had a what?
What is your go-to coffee order?
I like a vanilla cold brew.
Vanilla cold brew. So like a basic white girl drink?
Well, that's not necessarily that basic of a white girl. See, if I said like an iced vanilla latte with oat milk, now I'm talking blonde. See, now I'm
Fair
talking
enough.
my
So-
basic white blonde.
so
that
you're saying-
drives a white Jeep that her
So
daddy
you're
bought
saying
her.
your vanilla cold brews are not iced?
No, they are what?
You
No,
said-
of course they're iced. But what I'm okay. Do you hear the difference here? We say iced vanilla latte with oat milk, and then we say I'll take a vanilla cold brew. Do you hear the manliness difference there? Yeah, lots.
Manliness.
Marlo hears the difference.
Hot take, cold brews for men.
Hot take. I don't even know if that's that hot take.
I don't think it's
You
that
like
much
hot
of a
coffee,
take.
so that's
I
just
do
a
like
no.
hot. I like.
Hey, cold take. He said it's a cold take.
Oh,
Get it?
that's
Cold
funny.
brew, cold take.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry.
No, I think you can. Here's why I get a cold brew over any other drink is I really feel like you can. It really kind of decides if the coffee shop's a vibe or not.
Okay.
Because like you can have really crappy coffee at a bougie coffee shop based on their cold brew.
You can have really crappy coffee, but if you pump enough syrup into it, I'll drink it.
I'll
And
drink
that's
it.
a
I mean,
vibe.
if you get some sugar in there, 3 scoops of vanilla,
Scoops,
spritz of however you would say that, pumps of vanilla,
pumps.
I don't know how much they put in normal ones.
I don't either.
No, my go-to is a vanilla cold brew.
Okay.
And then Thursday I had a rehearsal for a party that I don't know what you would say, audio tech guy, whatever, for this coming week. So this week's been meetings after meetings. Tomorrow, best night of the week. Show off
Office
next
life.
students again.
Yes.
Ian's going to be playing bass.
I will be.
Ian will be there. Come.
This is coming out on Thursday,
dang
so the day will have
it.
passed.
The day would have already passed.
Yep.
That's,
If you're coming from that,
dude, next
Yeah.
week.
shout it out.
Next
next
week,
week.
I won't be there. But if I saw you last night, hey again. What's up?
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, my life's been good. My life's been eventful. A lot of change, a lot of stuff going on.
Cool.
A couple jobs, different things, and
You want to talk about
Gigging.
that or?
What?
I don't know. You're like a lot of stuff going on.
there's a lot of stuff going on. It's just
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
cool.
I don't know. I guess coming back from school and then going like straight into just work. I really haven't had a ton of time to like decompress. Not saying I like super need it. I feel like I'm still going 100 miles an hour when I'm not, but I feel like I am type
Gotta
of thing.
pump those brakes, man.
I know, and it's just not working. I
Get
just
the
haven't,
fluid into those
I
brakes.
haven't had a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Get those
So, no, yeah,
pads to
I
squeeze
feel like
those
I feel
rotors.
like I'm
you
going
know?
100 feel like I'm going 100 miles an hour, but it's all good. We're vibing.
Yeah.
I'm alive, so who cares?
Yeah,
Alive
I-
and breathing.
Cool, great.
That's how
Did you
I'm
like my analogy? I said, get them pads to squeeze them rotors, man.
You guys need a Jamie on.
You guys heard it? Who's a Jamie?
Who's Jamie?
Who's Jamie?
You guys don't know who Jamie is.
No.
Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
Am I allowed to?
I only see the occasional clip on TikTok.
Am I allowed to like bring up other podcasts on the podcast?
It's a gray area.
It's a gray area. We haven't discussed
Welcome back to Impulsive, #1 podcast in the world.
hey,
That is a
whoa,
fact.
Knock it off.
Whoa.
We'll bleep that out.
We are.
We were told in a review that we're better than Joe Rogan's podcast. So
We were. We were.
Jamie is on Joe Rogan's podcast to specifically look up things for Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan goes, Jamie, get that.
we could have Logan do that, but he's just on Be Real right now. So
I'm trying to. Oh my gosh! Should we take my last Be Real for the pod?
yes.
Everybody in? Good. That's totally gonna be blurry. This one's not.
Nice.
Sick. That's so
So
cool.
good.
I've been in so many Be Reals in my life, but
That's
I
such a
don't
big
have
flex.
the app. Should we talk about the app? Be Real. What is it?
It's dumb.
What's the purpose?
You guys can all.
What's the point?
We're gonna make Logan walk off this podcast.
So-
So what's gonna happen now?
Can you explain to me the actual social interaction that comes out of Be Real? Because I don't understand it.
I've never seen one. I have commented on Be Real a couple of times, but then there's no comment back. And the app is very pointless, and it makes me very upset getting notifications one time a day to post a picture. So I deleted the app.
Attaboy. I mean, way to stand up for what you believe in. You know, you didn't like it and you got rid of it. But I'm curious what Logan has to say. Like, is there actual social interaction that comes out of Be Real? Or
Or you're just looking at pictures of your friends.
See, I'd like to say both. See, because I mean, if we look right here at Cole David, shout out Cole David.
yeah,
His what would you call this?
I don't know. I can't
His
see it.
caption is the mass of mosquitoes with the mosquito emoji. Mm-hmm. And sure, I'm always running. As he's running, he's going on a run. See,
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it's like I feel connected by that. I'm like, cool. We were just outside playing spike ball.
Yeah.
I felt the mosquitoes. Yeah. We were moving the whole time. So I see that. But then if you got somebody who decides they don't want to post a caption, like we got Peyton here, it's just straight vibes. Like it's just all vibes. So a social interaction, you can also live react to them. So like you can send them what you're doing right in that moment. I guess here's what I look at it is it's more of a exclusive Instagram. So like, sure, you could have a public profile,
Yeah.
but not everybody's going to comment. Not everybody's going to like this. You don't get to like posts. So if you don't like what they're doing, no dislike button, no like button. It just exists.
Yeah.
And it's out there for whoever you want. So, you don't want this person to follow you? Guess what? They don't get to. Oh, you want to follow this person? They want to follow you? They get to.
I feel like it also gives people a reason to be uncontrollably nosy at all times.
This is true.
And that's a major reason I deleted the app.
That's
So,
fair. That's fair. Because
I mean,
they can
I've never looked at it in your point of view though. I mean, that's valid. What
Yeah.
you just said is valid.
I appreciate that. But also, I have one of my freshman students actually. He posted today, and then his caption was, what did he say? I think one thing that is really cool about Be Real, sorry, this is like off of that, is you can change your caption whenever you want.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So like, I could change the recap podcast caption that I just made and just say, with the boys. Like, you can change it whenever. So like, it's almost like this game of, who did it? And then you can change it in like an hour and be like, hey, why'd you change your thing? Like, it's just funny. So one of my freshmen, he did that. He was like, last day on earth, ? And then he goes, I meant hip, hip, hooray. 10 seconds later, after a bunch, his comments blew up with, you good, bro? So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was
Interesting.
funny.
Interesting. Explain this to me really quick, and then we're going to move on from Be Real. But why was it one and now there's like a ton of Be
It's a
Real?
great
I don't
question.
understand.
It's a reward. It's like a reward. So it's like, you posted within your 2-minute time frame. So once the notification goes off, you have 2 minutes to post your Be Real.
Otherwise,
If you
you're
post
considered late.
Yes. So be fake.
Yeah. Like
So,
people
like-
who save their Be Reals for concerts and stuff.
See, but I'm kind of all about that. That would be awesome. I don't think I would.
Not for concerts specifically, but I've saved my Be Reals for
like
'cause I know I'm doing
experiences.
something cool that day.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
Gotcha.
check out what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm being fake, but like, check it out. I
Why
wanted
not just
everybody
post
to check
that stuff on Instagram?
You could. See, that's the thing. You could do both. That's also true. A lot of people have like this persona that they want to keep up on their Instagram. That's why I created a spam Instagram. Once for like some serious stuff, and
Yeah.
other stuff is just for like vibes and just hilarious.
Yeah.
Main reason for that is like, what if not everybody necessarily wants to see my day to day, everything I do in life.
Yeah.
So if they want to follow this one, they get to,
Okay.
versus
Cool.
they feel the need to follow
Cool.
you. But the Be Real one, why it's like a reward of, I posted within the 2 minutes. Now they're giving me 2 extra Be Reals to use throughout the day. I'm not a big fan. I think like last week, it's stupid. I don't like it. I think it's so dumb, and I always miss it. This is the first day I've gotten it in like all week. But
Okay.
now I got to post 3 Be Reals. So it's kind of cool, I guess. I wouldn't have got that shot.
Fair enough. Yeah. Look, Colin, question for you. If you want to do this, we should do a vibe counter to see how many times Logan says the word vibe or vibes in this podcast.
I don't know if I have the capacity when I'm editing to do that.
Like go from 1 to
My
50.
my
and-
program can't handle that.
It's too-
Dude, the world is just a vibe. It's all vibes. You get to decide what the vibe is going to be.
Let me just, if I may, it just
Please
seems
do.
like the word doesn't mean anything, and you just say it sometimes.
I agree.
The word means whatever you want it to mean. It's a vibe.
Okay, I agree so much on that. That is one, and there are words like that are just, you just say them to fill a space.
Which I don't even hate. Like I'm not crapping on you, Logan.
It's almost like a comma. I'm not necessarily hating it either.
I don't hate
just
commas.
think I just
They're
think
just-
it's
I'm just acknowledging
fascinating
that they exist.
That
I
there
hate
are
commas.
Marlo hates commas.
Vibe. I almost said Western. Oh, the Oxford Language Dictionary. Is that the better one? Which one do we want to use?
I don't know that it matters.
Anyways, vibe. A person's emotional state or the atmosphere of the place as communicated or felt by others. So like, it's vibes. It could be good vibes, bad vibes, mediocre vibes.
But when you say it's a vibe, then you're just saying like it's something.
Yeah, it is so true. When you say it's a vibe,
there's no adjective
it's-
to describe the vibe. Like it's a really good vibe or it's an interesting vibe. It's a vibe.
You can tell by Logan's emotions on his face what he means in that moment.
Dude, that's low key.
Every time he says vibe, you know exactly what he means, whether that's bad or good. You know what Logan means because he's very expressional on his face.
Dude, it's gotten me into trouble.
Okay, but
Everybody's like, you wear your emotions on your face.
How-
Like, some people are like, you wear your emotions on your sleeve. No, mine's right here. It's like, oh, that sounded great. No, it didn't. It was terrible. but I try to be nice. So, no, what I'm saying is when I'm like, dude, it's a vibe. It's whatever you want it to be. I'm not going to fill that void for you. I'm going to be like, dude, this is such an exciting vibe. If it's not for you, it's not. So I'm just going to say it's a vibe.
Okay.
Then why would you say anything then?
Yeah.
Because for me, it's a different vibe than what your vibe is.
Say for me, it's this vibe.
That's too much.
That's too much. That's so many vibes.
Okay, but
Give Colin the mic back.
but if I say like, this is a really fun podcast to record. I'm not speaking on Logan's behalf. I'm speaking on my behalf. So it's implied that I'm like, for Logan, it may not be fun. It's probably not fun when I'm saying these things about you.
Dude, I just want everybody to be included. So I just say it's a vibe for whatever you want.
Then why would you say anything?
Then that includes other people.
It's about inclusive language.
It makes other people interact.
Yes.
It makes them think more. I mean, it doesn't when Logan
So
says it
everyone
so
that's
much.
listening to
But
this, let's just take a moment, take like a self-reflection moment. And what is your vibe right now? Comment below. Tell us your vibe.
I hate the word vibe. Logan's eating kettle corn.
Cool.
Oh, that was a Christmas gift to me. Caramel corn.
Yeah, he's eating your food.
It's eating one of my. I gave it to him because I don't really eat a lot of caramel corn.
That's so loud, Logan.
Fun fact about Marlo.
It's so confusing if you're just listening right now.
If you're just listening. So Logan just threw Marlo a popcorn, and Marlo caught it in his mouth. Marlo can catch just about anything in his mouth consistently, like the food that is thrown. Oh, he missed that one.
That's unfortunate.
Right after I said it to all of our listeners.
He's normally really good.
He is normally really good. I remember throwing him grapes in our kitchen one time.
Or at church.
Yeah, and we just kept going for distance, and he kept doing it. Like the church, how big is the church from door to door when you walk in?
In like the lobby?
Yeah.
Oh, like, I don't know. It's like 200 feet.
It's got to be close to like 200 feet.
Did you go from door to door?
Maybe about 100 feet. No, we didn't go from door to door, but we were probably halfway.
Jeez.
So he's like 50 feet away, and I just launched a grape underhand, and he totally dived for it or something. I don't remember the details, but it was awesome.
details aren't all there. They're loading still.
Red grapes or green grapes?
I think they were green.
Unpopular opinion, green grapes are 10 times better.
Is that an unpopular opinion?
It is with everybody I've talked to.
I don't know. I think I like green grapes better.
I think grapes are they vary so much in like how good they are. You know?
That's true.
Like you get a bad batch and you're like, these are nasty.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And
Same
like
with blueberries.
The crunchiness of grapes makes a big difference
for
too.
sure.
Crunchiness matters a lot.
Some good.
Crunchy grapes are better,
Yes.
right, than
Yeah.
not crunchy grapes.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we all agree on that.
You like mushy grapes?
I hate mushy grapes.
My dad actually prefers mushy grapes.
What?
Because he thinks they usually have better flavor.
That's weird. Does he prefer mushy blueberries too, and mushy strawberries as well, and mushy?
But I tend to agree though that like the super crunchy grapes a lot of times are the ones that taste like crap.
True, and this is something that's interesting. So the sugar content within fruit increases as the fruit ripens, right? Which is obvious.
Wait, say that again. I missed that.
So as the fruit ripens,
Super obvious.
The sugar,
I've always known that.
the sugar. Well, all I'm saying is it makes sense when you think about it. Right?
Yeah,
the sugar content within of a fruit increases as it ripens. So
you're saying the mushier the fruit, the sweeter it is?
yes,
Why didn't you just say that? I don't know. Why are we talking about sugar content?
because it makes me sound cool.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Big word podcast. We talk affirmative.
Okay,
Affirmative, sir.
let's move on to some content.
Yeah, I
Do
mean this is all
this is
content.
great content, but like
This is all content.
the content we
here.
scripted.
I didn't like how you just grabbed your cup and stuck your fingers in it.
That was Logan.
Oh, you went like this and grabbed
he
it.
was
Is that how you
taking
normally
it.
grab cups? You're just like
Yeah, didn't you? You could just go like this and grab
there's
it
an
back. But
outside
nope, he just had
section
to
and an inside
stick his
section.
fingers all the way down the cup and pull
Normally
it
you
back.
grab.
I did not stick my fingers all the way down the cup.
Okay, that was an exaggeration.
Logan was
was
grabbing
pretty
my
fun.
cup, and I like grabbed the rim of my cup. It's not a big deal, you guys. You can relax. Yeah, we can move on to some content. I believe our guests have prepared some things for us. Whoever would like to go first may. Logan's on Snapchat, so I think we're going to go with Marlo. Marlo, tell us what your assignment was and the content you've provided.
So my assignment was to come up with a debate topic. My debate topic is parental support essential for the future of success of children?
Is that all the information?
Is
Parental
essential for
support
the future of or the future success of children. Sorry.
Okay, is parental support essential for the future success of children?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I think it's
I knew you would somehow. I don't know.
I think it's as close to essential as it can be without being essential. So I think you can have. I think someone can.
I think the word you're looking for is super duper important.
No. I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying it's not like absolutely the most important thing in the world.
I can't read. Logan's signing something to me.
You said the word. That was 3 words.
I'm
confused by the question. Are we saying support meaning
Is parental support like
support as in like finances or just in general?
Just in general, like is having the support of a parental figure as opposed to like an orphan. So like is having a parent, a good parent, not an absent parent.
Is it essential?
Is it essential to
I would say
becoming
it is
successful?
not essential.
I say the same thing. I don't think it is essential.
Now, okay, that gave me a little bit more concept to the question.
Yep.
But Colin, you can finish your thought.
I will. I think it's like you guys said. I don't think it's essential because there's people that are orphans or that have single parents that are just fine. But it's super important and like is obviously a big help. Like if you look at the stats for like people in prison or like pretty much any of these like things we'd consider negative. One of the biggest like things they have in common is growing up without specifically a father in the house, but more generally with a single parent. So it's one of the biggest things that you can what am I trying to say? One of the biggest factors that determines whether someone is successful is whether they have 2 parents in the household or not.
Right.
Growing up.
And I think too that like just because you talked a lot about like single parents, but even a strong parental unit can, like a strong mother and father can still be supportive in like raising their child, but not necessarily be supportive in like what they're choosing to do with their life. You know what I mean? Like you can say like, I want to be a rock star, and they can be like, that's not a good idea, son. You're gonna go
That's a good point.
fail or whatever.
Well, I think
and
that
then,
would be being supportive because supportive's an interesting word because
true. I mean, they're supportive of his well-being, but they're not supportive.
Yeah,
I say his, but they're supportive of the well-being of the child, but they're not necessarily supportive of what the child feels they should be doing. So, I think my take is that no, it's not essential because there are, like we've said, there's people out there who are without parents. But yeah, it's definitely a help.
Yeah.
I think it's help. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I think it definitely helps, but I've also seen a lot of successful people that don't have supportive parents. I mean, that's a huge motivation in and of itself, is not having supportive parents and wanting to completely prove them wrong. I mean, that a lot of people that are successful because they're proving their parents wrong. They're proving not necessarily just their parents, they're proving people wrong. They're proving everybody that told them no. And a lot of people that are successful had parents that told them no, and they became successful because of that. So I think it goes both ways. I think having supportive parents can definitely help, and having supportive parents can help you step further in that direction. But I also think that it's very possible, and it happens a lot when you don't have supportive parents. When you have the opposite of supportive parents that are telling you no all the time to different things and telling you you're dumb for wanting to try that. I think that I think it goes both ways.
I think it definitely can go both ways, but I don't think you can look at I don't think it's like 50-50, I think it's like very, very strongly the best thing for someone is to have supportive parents.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But someone can definitely make the best of bad circumstances. Like your circumstances don't completely define who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But having better
parents helps that.
Right. Exactly.
I get that. Yeah.
So I think we're all pretty much in agreement on this one.
Yeah.
So that was a good debate.
Yeah. Great debate.
It was a great debate.
I got another question if you want.
Do it.
Yeah.
You guys can take this out if you want, because I don't know if it's fully appropriate. Should teachers be allowed to carry guns in school?
I'm fine with it.
Let's talk about it. This is not a debate either, I don't think, because I'm pretty sure we all agree. Maybe we don't, though. Man, it'd be fun if we didn't.
Let's hope we do. Don't. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what we're hoping for.
I don't know what we're feeling about.
Go ahead.
Wait, should they be allowed to?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that they should be allowed to. I think that I truly think that there's a lot of things that need to be. It has to be done right, is what I'm trying to say. If it's done at all, it needs to be done right. I believe there is a state.
Yeah, there's places where teachers can carry.
Where's that?
Yeah, there's a.
I don't know.
I'm sure Texas.
Some of the southern red states.
I actually do think that Texas
Probably.
can. If not Texas, I'm pretty sure like the country of Switzerland. I don't know why I think that, but I saw.
That'd be weird.
That would be weird.
That'd be really
They're like,
weird.
I don't know. A lot of those. I don't know.
A lot of
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
It doesn't sound
But
very European.
yeah.
all I'm saying is, I think that if it's done, it needs to be done right, and like the right way to do it would be obviously not to force your teacher to carry a weapon or like have a weapon in the classroom all the time.
Yeah, just like sitting on
Like-
a table.
Well, no, even if it's locked away, like it shouldn't be something that like, okay, if you're a teacher, you need to be required to do this. I don't
Right.
think
I
that's
see what you're
true
saying.
because I think that if you want to get away from the issues of like the teacher's going to use the weapon against the students, like then if you want to get away from that, then only allow the people who desire to carry a weapon because
Well, if the teacher wanted to use it against the students, then he's
gonna want
going
to
to
carry the
want the weapon.
well, I know, but if they wanted to bring a weapon into school and shoot the students, they probably would have already done it. I mean, think about like who can most easily do that? Staff.
I don't agree with that. I mean, I struggled majorly in school with having teachers that would freak out on me because I was a little not the best child in school. I did not give my teachers the best time, which kids don't do that.
Don't give them the best time.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
No, don't give them the best time. No, I'm saying the opposite. Be nice to your teachers. They're going through a lot, just like we are. But I don't think anybody or everybody that wants to carry a gun in the school is ready to carry a gun. I don't think that like there's certain teachers in my school that I know. I can't say I know they would use it and they probably wouldn't, but I know there's a chance that they would use it against the kids, whether or not to threaten them. Or there's some teachers that are just very unlogical in the school system. They're not, I mean, they're humans too. They make mistakes too. So what happens when one of these teachers, the kid is acting out, like freaking out, and this teacher gets all upset and then starts becoming irrational because everybody becomes irrational when they're that upset, and then uses the gun against the kid, not necessarily to kill them, but to threaten them or something. What happens then?
Right. Well, in that case, then the teacher would be fired.
Yeah, but what if he kills the kid?
Well, I guess, right. That'd be bad.
Yeah,
That'd be very bad.
That'd be really bad.
I guess my stance would be, I don't
I
think.
mean, even sorry, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
keep
going
going,
to cut
keep
you
going.
off. Even if the teacher just points the gun at some kid and then gets fired for it, that's not enough repercussion. That kid is going to have trauma for the rest of his life from that instance.
Well, they wouldn't just be fired for it. That's a criminal offense.
Yeah, but what happens for that kid then? I don't give a crap what the teacher's consequence are.
Sure.
Take the teacher out of this. It's the kid now. I mean, it's the kid. The kid's going to have to deal with that the rest of his life, and that kid is going to have a bad outlook on guns at that point.
But if you could make that same argument to ban guns outright, because you could say any rando on the street could point a gun at someone, and that could be traumatizing for them.
Yeah, you're right. It's different with kids though. Because kids can't just run around the public.
Any random person. Yeah, but if someone could point a gun at a playground, and that could be traumatizing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So I guess what I would say is I don't think gun-free zones should be a thing, period. You know? So if a teacher, like if that teacher can carry a gun elsewhere, they should be able to carry a gun in the classroom. And I guess it depends on the state, because some states have like carry permit laws, or some states are just constitutional, anyone can carry. But I don't think it's helping anyone to not allow someone who can carry a gun anywhere else to not in a school.
You've changed my mind on that then.
Because
You're right.
there's it depends on the source, but there's about like 50 to 100,000. I don't quote me on this, but like criminal uses of guns every year in the U.S. and there's like 3 million or 1 million to like 3 million, depending on the source, defensive uses of guns in the U.S. every year.
Wow.
So it's like it's very much skewed in the direction of the good guy with a gun type deal. So yeah, I mean it's just the problem is if you have this is like the oldest argument in the book for gun rights, but if you have a gun-free zone, that's going to stop the people that are good from carrying guns.
Yeah.
But then the bad guys that already don't follow laws aren't going to follow that law on top of it. So
Yeah.
it just becomes, open season.
Yeah, and I see the other side of it too. I see how it could definitely stop school shootings. Like that would be a huge step against stopping school shootings. But there's also that possibility of always having a teacher not rational enough to use a gun. Now, if we were to do like you have to have your carry permit to carry in the school, that makes sense.
Which they would never allow someone that
so I guess I was looking at
anywhere else to carry one in the school.
Yeah, I was looking at it more. Go ahead.
Hello. Hey guys. Sorry, I guess I gotta watch my volume. I tend to talk louder than I'm supposed to. Oh, got you. So the question is it okay for them to? Should they be allowed to
carry in school?
I kind of agree with Colin on the whole like no gun zones. That shouldn't be a thing because, like he said, that as far as like should they be allowed to as teachers, I don't think it matters if they're teachers, janitors, or anything in the school. So that's kind of the same thing, which he already kind of said. I think they should be, but I also think America as a whole should have stricter gun laws. In this, like I like how they pushed it back where you need to have background checks. Like I even remember, and I don't know why, because I understand why they need it, but then again, I remember when Nolan turned 16 or whatever, or 18, and he went and bought a shotgun at a pawn shop. Like you could do it, nobody cared as long as you had a license. You didn't have to do background checks, and I think now that they've implemented that, obviously we're still having issues with different gun issues all the time. But I mean, you could even look at Europe and places that do have banned guns, and yet there's still crime. Mm-hmm. Like it's not going to get rid of it completely. Yeah. But I think like stricter gun laws in the sense of you need to have a background check. If you're in law enforcement, you need to go through different testing. Because I mean, even our like government and our police and people are screwed up too. Mm-hmm. Like there's so many good people, but there's also bad people either way. So I think stricter gun laws are a huge thing. I think you should go through tests. I think you should have to do. I also think, and this is even like for anything, I think like even driver's license, you should have to retake your driver's license test after X amount of years on the road, just because
agreed,
everything
100%.
changes. Like everything changes in a matter of months to years nowadays. We're like at the speed of light. Like we get our information like hands on right away in the morning, and it totally changes by lunchtime. Mm-hmm. Like I think if we keep up with the system as we're going, I feel like that should kind of follow like. Gun laws should do this, and then every so many times you should have to retake your test,
right?
So that you're still, I don't know, at your peak, so like you're still able to do what you're supposed to be able to do, type of thing.
Right.
But even like the schools, like there's schools that have security guards that are holding guns.
Yeah.
So it's like, what makes them any better than the teachers? Well, they went through training. Just put the teachers through training,
right?
And give them guns
if
it's going to help.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I mean, I think that there should be a little more than just you having your conceal and carry to carry in a school. If you want to carry as a teacher, I feel like that should be going through the same training as that security guard would have to go through, and have concealed carry training as well.
I'm gonna push back on that one a little bit. I'm dead opposite of you, Logan. I think we have too strict of gun laws, and that requiring a carry permit is, first of all, it's unconstitutional. Mm-hmm. We have the Second Amendment doesn't say anything about having to, like, you can take that away from someone just because they haven't signed up for a permit or something. But beyond that, there's no evidence to suggest that stricter gun laws make people safer. If anything, gun laws have gotten so much more strict over the past 50, 100 years, and things haven't gotten safer. I mean, the thing there was school shootings, like even 20, 30 years ago, at least to the extent we have them now,
There wasn't.
No, there was not. As far as I know, I wasn't there.
Like school shootings didn't happen like they do
even
now.
like 10 years ago.
Well,
before Columbine, it wasn't really a thing.
Right.
Which was like 20 years ago, almost 30 years ago, I think.
Maybe I was just more sheltered from it 10 years ago, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think you were. But they started becoming a thing, I believe. I could be wrong on this. Don't quote me on this. But I believe they started in like 80s and 90s, and then they've become a lot more prominent
Even like the past like 2-3 years, I feel like it's gotten so much worse.
It has gotten a lot worse in the past couple of years. I'd say it's a little more than 2-3.
Yeah.
But just what would you, if you don't want to make stricter gun laws, what would you do? And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I disagree, but what would you do to help school shootings to not happen?
Well, I think if you look, let's expand it. For one thing, let's expand it beyond just school shootings and just gun violence generally. I don't know specifics on this, but if you look at like the top cities in the country that have the strictest gun laws.
They're like some of the worst cities in the country.
They're like Chicago and like, you know, places like that where it's just, where it's just crazy, you know.
Right.
So I think the more people you can get carrying guns, the safer it's going to get, which I understand to some people it feels like it's counterintuitive,
right.
but it's not people that carry guns, like people that currently have carry permits that are causing problems.
It's the ones that don't and that have guns illegally.
I heard a stat the other day that people with like carry permits have better like criminal records that on average than off-duty cops.
Sorry, say that again.
So like the average like gun carrying person is less likely to commit a crime than a cop.
Interesting.
There's some of like
it's a weird stat, but
and just weird. But I listen to a lot of podcasts like this. So the point is they don't commit crimes and they're the best people for stopping crimes, you know, because
they're unbiased.
Yeah, and they're just there. Like
they want to help.
In an active shooter situation, you can't really count on like just waiting around for the police to show up. You know,
right.
You just got to have someone there that can take care of it.
I'm really torn on the situation because, like, there's certain people that just shouldn't have a gun, and background checks help that. But at the same time, it's not constitutional. You're right.
No, I'm not saying I think like everyone should be allowed to have a gun. Like I think currently, if you've committed like a felony or something, you can't have a gun. I don't know.
But yeah, if you committed a felony, absolutely not having a gun. But if you're lifting up gun laws, you're allowing more mentally ill people to have guns and people that, I mean, it's just going to become more accessible, and then anybody can get a gun.
But the people that are going to use a gun to commit crimes already aren't following laws.
There's school shooters that have bought a gun legally.
Some of them, yes. But
I mean, could we do some research on that real quick? Is that possible?
Sure.
Well,
like how many school shooters got a gun legally?
I'll Google that real quick.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Up, Jamie.
I think whether or not they get it legally is kind of beside the point. Like, if you lift the gun laws, like they still committed the crime. They still went in there and shot people. That's the crime that they're committing. So if the guns are legal,
that's true.
The same outcome if they got it legal as if they got it illegally. The same outcome is that they went into the school and they shot people. Yeah. So regardless of whether the guns are legally acquired or illegally acquired, the crime will still happen. The difference comes when you're allowing somebody in the school to defend themselves from someone else. Like, because essentially what you're doing is you're saying, no, you're not allowed to defend yourself if somebody comes into the school and tries to shoot you. You don't have the right to pull a gun on them and shoot them because you're not supposed to have a gun in the school. Yeah. So we could probably move on from this soon because we've been talking about it for a long time. I think that a decent solution to something like that, like you asked, like what would you do to help stop? Something that I would think about doing. I think just like more like actual security guards in a school.
Absolutely.
I know schools who have cops in them, like not off duty, on duty cops that are at the school all day long.
Right.
and the students love it.
Yeah.
And I think a really cool way to do that would be to give like veterans that opportunity to
I've
go
heard
do
of this
that
before, yeah.
because that's such a cool, like they already like want to serve and they already have training. And obviously I think that it would be important to like make sure that they're up to the task
For sure.
But
Yeah. That's a really good idea. Honestly, like that. I've never thought of that. That's a great idea.
yeah. So next up we have Logan here with another Reddit because you know how much we love Reddits. We do this a lot. You said you've listened to all the episodes.
Yeah.
And this is surprising you that I just said, obviously you don't listen to the episodes.
No, it was the way you said, we're back here with Logan with another Reddit. I've never done one before. So it just
No, I
caught
just
me off
mean
guard,
another
caught me off
Reddit on the podcast. Go ahead.
guard. All right. This is from,
Oh, we don't have to say names.
oh, my bad.
No.
So this is from the advice Reddit. Feel free, r/advice. Can I just leave, period? I put in my 2-week notice already and found another job. I don't want to be here today.
No.
Can I leave?
No.
What
you
is the
can't
reason?
leave. You can't leave.
Why?
Because you gave them 2 weeks to find a replacement. Now, if you want to go to them and say, "Hey, I quit," that's a different situation. But you said, "Here's a 2-week notice, and you get 2 weeks to find a replacement for me, and then I'm leaving." Because that's what a 2-week notice is for them to say, "Okay, thank you for giving me a notice that you're going to leave the company. I'll try and find somebody new." If you just leave, I mean, you can do whatever legally, they can't stop you. Okay. But like the respectful thing to do is to honor your word and stay for 2 weeks.
And it looks better on your resume. You're resigning versus you're just quitting and leaving type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody
did you wanna
likes a
go?
quitter.
Oh, bro, I have another one, but if you're ready.
Yeah, it does look better on your resume, but at the same time, you've already got the next job lined up. So, for your next job after that,
True. But
you might use this one you're going to right now as the reference. So, assuming everything, best case scenario, it's going to be fine. Like they can't stop you from leaving. Now, like Ian said, though, the right thing to do will be, just stay the other 2 weeks.
and it's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks. Get over it.
You can do anything for 2 weeks. Literally.
You don't have to do a good job.
no.
What are they going to do? Fire you?
Fair enough.
No,
Fair enough.
that's the way to get out of it. Just get fired.
That doesn't look good on a resume either.
But I think it's important to keep in mind, this is assuming you already have the next job lined up. You know? Like, what just happened?
I just pulled on my cable.
Oh, okay.
Everything's great.
Like, if you put in your 2 week and you don't have another job lined up, then you want to do everything you can to not burn the bridge of
Right.
this job, because you might want a reference or something, and you need them to look good on your resume.
Probably a better idea too to find another job before you put a 2-week notice.
Ideally,
in.
yeah. If you can make that happen.
But do whatever you want, honestly, because I mean, if that job is treating you like crap and you already gave them your 2 weeks and you didn't like think about it before giving your 2 weeks and they're still treating you like crap and you're not happy and your soul's not happy, leave. It's your life. Like, you can do whatever you want. You don't owe that job anything. Yes, it's respectful to stay that 2 weeks, but it's also your life. And if you're not happy there, then change it. I mean, if you're not happy in anything, change it.
Right, but if you don't have another job lined up, is it really worth screwing over yourself?
I've never screwed getting another job up by just quitting that day, ever. It's never affected my resume. It has never affected getting another job.
Well, but you're only 19.
Yeah.
Well, right,
Yeah,
but
a lot of life still to live.
they're not quitting. They're quitting after putting in a 2-week notice.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
That's
Okay.
right.
Like that's a bit worse. Anyway,
That is a big
All right, number 2.
Next question.
Same kind of thing.
well, let's not
I put
answer
in my
it then.
I put in my 2-week notice and they fire me and make me quit right there. Tell me to leave.
This has happened.
So what do I do there? I'm asking for my 2 weeks because I would like to make that last paycheck, and yet and then they fire me. What am I supposed to do? I was trying to do the right thing. Then you're done. And then they just said, too bad.
Well, here's the deal. So this has happened at a job that I worked at. Not to me, but I watched it happen. Where a guy was like, "Hey, I'm gonna give my 2-week notice," and the guy said, "Let's just call it your last day." I don't think legally they have to give you a 2-week notice. Like they have to honor that or respect that.
I don't know. They shouldn't have to.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, it's tough luck, but to be real with you,
Start looking for another job.
But to be honest with you, if they fired you after you gave a 2-week notice, you probably weren't the best employee because they didn't feel like having you around for another 2 weeks.
That's not true.
Well, I think it could be.
No. I mean, jobs get upset. They're people too. So when they hear that you're quitting, they're going to be upset that you're quitting. So they might just fire you on the spot because of that.
I'm sure it gives them a little bit of feeling like they're in control of the situation too.
Right. That too. Yeah.
Like,
so I don't agree with that.
It takes a little bit of the power back.
Yeah. And, honestly, like I said, collect unemployment. If they fire you and you were there for a certain amount of time, you have to meet certain requirements, obviously. But if they fire you, you get to collect unemployment. So most jobs won't fire you when you put your 2 weeks in because of that, because they have to pay you unemployment then, and they don't want to do that. So, I mean, if they do, then collect unemployment and you screw them over more than they screwed you over. So,
yeah, but that's not a good way to live your life.
yes.
No, it's not.
I mean, why not collect unemployment until you get another job?
I wasn't talking about.
I wasn't doing it spitefully.
I wasn't. No, it's fine. I wasn't talking about collecting unemployment. Not a good way to live your life. I was saying screwing other people over because they screwed you over.
Of course not. Of course not. That's very passive aggressive and just kind of threw it out there.
Next question.
Let's
do.
I appreciate that.
2 more questions.
Oh,
We've been here for an hour.
and then what? Oh, wow, we're already going for an hour.
Yep.
Dude, let's go. Okay, my question. This doesn't necessarily. I just randomly decided to Google best first date questions. I don't know why.
All right.
But we're gonna switch over to the relationship side of it real quick.
I love this.
I have a homie, one of my senior students. He went on a date last week.
Fun.
Called me last
Congratulations,
yeah.
senior student.
Ethan Barnes, shout out. Listen to the pod.
We don't try not to say names. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
You shout out Tate and what's his name all the time.
Tate and Drew.
Yeah, I feel
Dexter.
I feel like I could just.
Hey, you can. I was just joking.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. He called me last Sunday
Yeah.
and said, "Logan, I need help. I don't know where to go. I want to make it special, but not like I don't want to get like I don't want to like too forward, but not want. I want to get fancy, but not too fancy type of thing. But I want it to be more than coffee."
Yeah.
And she also wants to like go hit up a sports. Like she wants to go play pickleball first.
Fun.
Super fun. He goes, where do
Prefer
I
spike ball, but it's chill.
Spike his life. So I went, he goes, where should I go to dinner after we go to pickleball? What should we do? We're going to grab coffee. We're going to go to pickleball and then we're going to go to dinner. Where should I go to dinner?
Okay.
Now keep in mind, fancy, but not too fancy.
Are you
I'm going to
asking-
ask you guys for advice and I'm going to tell you mine and see if you guys agree with me or don't.
All right. I have a few different ways you can go with it. Number one, great date. That's a great date. I love how she was involved in the planning of the date because like I'm all for like guys being chivalrous and planning a date. That's awesome. And I love that. But one, it reduces our stress level a ton when you help plan. And two, you're going to have more fun because we're doing something that you automatically
And even if
like
she
to
doesn't
do.
have fun, then it's like, well, you helped plan this, so it's kind of your fault.
Exactly. Okay. But I mean, you can always go with the song "Fancy Like Applebee's."
I was gonna say that. Dang it!
I beat you to it. But no, don't take it to Applebee's. Fancy, but not too fancy. Fancy on a high side. We're talking what, like Olive Garden fancy?
That's too fancy.
No, yeah.
That's on the fancy side.
This is a first date
Not
in high school.
First date, high school.
And then not fancy is like McDonald's.
Not fancy would be like your
perfect. What are you talking
would be like your McDonald's, your Burger King, your Dairy Queen. That'd be your not fancy, your fast foodish stuff.
Okay, so we're talking moderate speed.
No, we're almost done.
Can I pause this just for one question? What? I just have.
Are you pausing the podcast?
No, I'm pausing the conversation.
Oh.
What do you think of McDonald's getting torn down for a couple months? How does that make you feel?
You know what? It ruined my entire life.
I bet it did. I'm really sorry, and I feel really bad.
I can go to the one over down the highway, but
If it makes you feel any better, I'm an hour and a half away from the nearest McDonald's.
that does make
You know
me feel
what?
better.
It's really not that big of a deal because he was going to the town over anyway because they recognized his face at this one. So
Anyway, so I'm talking. That's like your not fancy side. You're
Yeah.
fancy for first date. I mean, you could go fancy. You could go Pittsburgh Blue is fancy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
also, I'm saying your mid tier fancy levels would be like Olive Garden, Red Lobster. Those.
Yeah.
He didn't want to hit that either because he was like that comes off a little strong right
I understand
away.
that. Absolutely.
So there's that middle ground, that little gray area.
Yeah.
What are those restaurants for
I think-
you guys?
I think it honestly depends on what you're trying to like eat.
Well, let's keep in mind.
Obviously.
We just got coffee. Let's keep in mind we just played pickleball, so we're hot and sweaty. We don't necessarily want fried food.
Fair enough.
So Chick-fil-A and Cane's are off the menu.
Well, Chick-fil-A is never off the menu.
Obviously,
I don't care.
You can get it.
I don't care if you are 1,000 degrees and sweating profusely. Chick-fil-A still tastes good because I don't know what they fry their stuff in, but I swear it's never greasy. It's healthy. And I love it. It's healthy. It's
Okay,
it's
that's
real
fair.
butter. Okay, but anyway.
Okay, well, something to know about the next students, 95% of them work at a Chick-fil-A, so
Fine.
they always eat Chick-fil-A.
That's okay.
So take that off the
I'm
menu.
just saying like that, and that would even be more on like the less fancy side anyway. So I would say a good mid-range place. Honestly, Applebee's sounds more and more like a good idea to me. But if you want to like around this area, there's a Boston's in around this area. That's a great place for a date. I think where I would take her is sushi at this place called Kyoto's. All you can eat sushi. Okay, for like it's like $31 a person, so it's kind of pricey. But you think it's not fancy? It's pricey because it's all you can eat. Okay, you're gonna be hungry because we're talking spike or should be in spike ball, but it's pickleball. Spike is life. But I think that it's a good option because you're gonna get all you can eat. Okay, so you got that. Like nobody's walking away hungry. Okay, it's enough money to show her I'm not afraid of money. Like I'm not afraid of the bill. It ain't no thing. What?
Even if you are.
Even if you are afraid, exactly. Even if you are afraid of the bill, you can still show her like
you can do an expensive first date. You know,
Yeah.
that kind of gets you in the door, you know? Sometimes like
Actually,
makes
yeah.
her think you're wealthy.
wow, you're rich.
The
Actually,
trick
this is 3 weeks.
What I've learned is you want to be really fake with women because then they think you're someone different than who you actually are.
That's terrible.
That's what I
Colin.
go for.
And that is how Colin is not single anymore. Congratulations, Colin.
Yep. So I would actually.
He's actually still single.
I am.
If you're interested in
Okay.
him, DM the podcast.
I would.
Slide in those DMs.
Okay. I would flip this on its head a little bit. I don't think I would go to a sit down place necessarily. I would go pick something up and take it to like a park and just like sit on like a picnic table or something.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would say a good restaurant, Zupa's.
What's
It's
Zupa's?
a little. It can be pricey. It's like $15 a plate. It's a very healthy like sandwich place, and it's not like it's a fast food place, but it's like
You lost me at healthy, dude.
Sandwiches aren't healthy. Grains kill you.
Get off the keto. But I mean, Zupa's it's a fast food place, but it looks good. So it's like right there in the middle. I mean, it's not McDonald's, but it's not Red
Don't
Lobster.
talk away about McDonald's.
Almost
McDonald's is
almost
perfect.
like the difference between Subway and Firehouse Subs. Like Firehouse Subs, top tier sub place.
I love Subway though.
That's another.
Subway's no.
I love Subway.
I'm not saying Subway's a bad place to eat. I love Subway as well, but Firehouse Subs is like, we're going. I'm gonna go change my shirt. We're going to Firehouse. Like, yeah, dude.
It's like a golf course. It's like
know if
you know
you'd
what?
quite
You
change your
have
shirt
to
for
have a
Firehouse.
collared shirt at least.
Quiet.
So to wrap this up,
Yeah. What advice did you give him?
I said, Ethan, here's what I would do. I'd go grab your coffee because this is like an all day date kind of deal.
Yeah, we already discussed.
Okay,
I just
so
want to
said,
know where
go
you
get your coffee, go play pickleball. And then I said, take her to Panera.
Panera's good.
I said, take her to Panera. One, she can get out. Exactly, you guys.
Wait, actually, Panera's a terrible idea.
No, here,
Finish what you were saying. Finish.
Now I want to know why it's terrible. It's similar to Zupa's where you got sandwiches.
Fair enough.
Similar to Firehouse and Subway, you got sandwiches. You also have the option of soup. You also have the option of mac and cheese. So if you want that home good feeling,
Yeah.
you got that.
Comfort food.
You also have you have different beverages. You can get teas, you can get lemonades, you can get sodas.
Very diverse.
Panera, honestly,
it's a restaurant, you
Panera
guys.
gets. I know. Panera gets a lot of hate.
No.
It does. Panera gets a lot more hate than you would realize. And Ethan said, "Logan, that's a great idea. I'm taking her Panera."
Fair enough.
And then I said,
I can't
after
wait to know
Panera,
how it goes.
It happened.
Oh, it happened.
It happened this last Thursday.
Wait, after Panera what?
After Panera, I said, if you're still feeling it, one, you can go walk around in the park.
Yeah.
If you guys are still vibing, because there's a park right next to the Panera downtown.
Ding.
Vibe counter, ding.
Ding.
And then I said, and then you can hit up like a Cold Stone before you take her home.
You can.
Because ice cream is always, I stand by this, the number one date idea, go to, never gets old, is you take your girlfriend out for some ice cream.
This is true. I do think that our culture is kind of shifting that to coffee, though.
For first dates, yes. I'm saying all around go-tos because your girlfriend
forever.
might not like coffee.
I feel like that's
What if she doesn't like ice cream?
been shifted.
If she doesn't like ice cream, don't date her.
She is not a
Hot take,
good.
if she is lactose intolerant, I can't tolerate it.
Whoa. We on the Recap podcast don't hate the
We
lactose.
stand
We stand next to them.
Hot take. I think I might be lactose intolerant.
And you know what we do for lactose intolerant people? We pray for them. So
God, please heal their disability.
it's not a disability, dude.
Logan signing off. POV
intolerant.
Logan on all the socials.
Yeah, whatever.
I guess my handle's like Marlo
We're not done yet.
underscore
You don't, have
Sumner
to,
or
you
something.
don't have to do the handles yet. We're still going.
We are very close to being finished, though. We'll probably wrap it up soon with maybe a why do people do that? Anybody got a why do people do that?
I gotta go now.
Why, where are you going?
I gotta go now.
Oh,
Marlo's
you got to
got a
go
thing.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You got a thing. All right. Well, we're gonna skip why do people do that.
I'm sorry, guys.
No.
Why do
Keep going.
people? Why,
Me-
why do
me and
people
Logan
plan?
did that
Why do
real
why do
quick.
why do people plan plans around other people's plans? That's a why do people do that right
Why
there.
do people double book themselves?
Oh, that's actually a great question. All right, well we can hit that up next
Told me
time.
I'd be done before 9.
That's so true. You did. Okay.
I did. It's all good. So with that, I hope you guys have enjoyed the. Did you want to sign this off a different way, Colin?
No, I'm good. Make sure, where can people find you, Marlo?
Instagram's just about it.
What's
We've already named that handle like 6 times. It's like Marlo underscore Sumner.
We'll
You
link
spell
it.
Sumner SUMN as in Nate ER.
so SUMMER?
MMER.
It's not Summer.
Just wait. Don't
POV
walk through the
underscore
shot.
Logan. Otherwise,
Just give me
also
1 second.
POV Logan posts too much. That's the
Yeah,
spam.
that's
Feel
the
free to jump
spam
on.
account. We'll be back next week, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the guests.
Let us know if you want us to do more guests. The same guests,
please
different
do.
guests.
If you want to be a
No
guest,
guests.
Thank you guys for having me, by the way.
you're welcome.
Enjoyed this.
Are you guys sit
Thanks
down
for
or are
coming,
you just going to
dude.
stand there and hover?
He's got to go. It's all
Okay,
good.
we'll see
Signing
ya.
off.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.